Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30. A man who helped get SkyTrain off the ground will try and figure out what's been plaguing the rapid transit line lately, but his services won't come cheap. Greg Harper joins us live from Vancouver with more on that. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Just outside the commercial Broadway station on this Tuesday morning, TransLink has announced that an independent review will be done looking into the two recent system-wide shutdowns that happened within days of each other and stranded thousands of commuters. TransLink has hired Gary McNeil to do this. He helped launch SkyTrain here in the 80s. He also ran Toronto's GO Transit system for over a decade. And he will look into the two recent system-wide shutdowns of SkyTrain. The first was caused by the failure of a computer card. The second incident, which shut down the system for about 5 hours, is being blamed on human error related to an electrical panel.
This is unprecedented, and my assessment was I needed independent advice. As I talked to my peers and other transit properties and other transit organizations, talk internally, getting the advice of my board, it's clear that the matter of public confidence in our system is at stake here.
McNeil's services don't come cheap. TransLink is paying him $1,200 a day to conduct his review, and TransLink has given him until October to complete it. Jody?
Wow, that's quite the price tag. Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning. Dozens of people got another chance to speak out on whales and dolphins in captivity at a special second meeting put on by the Vancouver Park Board last night. A staff report by an independent scientist was presented. It suggests the Vancouver Aquarium meets industry standards, but it also says more research is needed to assess the ethics of its practices. Many people showed up with strong opinions, but no resolution was made.
It's time to ask the city, people who live in the city, to vote on cetaceans. So I ask you to ask City Council to have a plebiscite on the cetaceans in November. Thank you.
The Park Board will hold a third special public meeting Thursday night. This will allow members to discuss what they heard during the first 2 days of public meetings. Pride Week is officially underway in the city of Vancouver. A number of people addressed City Council before the proclamation saying Vancouver needs to be more of a sanctuary for LGBTQ refugees. Many are still looking to leave places around the globe where they are persecuted for their sexual orientation. Homosexuality is still illegal in more than 70 countries.
This means citizens, politicians, business leaders, religious leaders, community leaders, and other public figures must champion equality to help end the violence and discrimination. So how can we as citizens contribute to a better tomorrow? First of all, continue to write to the senators and encourage them to pass the federal bill C-279, which is for trans and gender identity to be included in the Human Rights Code.
Powell Street is now up and running in East Vancouver, giving commuters easier access in and out of the downtown core, and businesses are now hoping to make up for lost time. The year-long construction of a new overpass kept Powell closed from Clark Drive to Hawks Avenue. Merchants are hoping the renewed access brings customers back to previous levels, but things are different. Parking spaces have been removed, with a separate bike lane in place and no loading zones for truck drop-offs.
We're waiting to hear what they're going to do with all the parking, but it is a little tricky finding places, and they've, a lot of our trucks that are delivering things would stop on this block, and now there's no space for them to stop.